Members of the Ghana Union of Traders Association are outraged over the increasing cost of doing business in the country. The group wants an immediate removal of the fumigation charges at the port. They're saying that it is overburdening their members and actually very unnecessary because the containers that they use are fumigated even before they arrive here in the country. Speaking earlier on JoyNews today, President of GUTA, Dr. Joseph Obeng, said beyond concerns over fumigation charges, also the rise in import duties on electricals, which has shot up from 10 to 20% in just 1 year, a development which has resulted in abandoning of loads of cargo at the ports.
For now, what has even increased or doubled the duty payment is the common external tariff that has been introduced. For instance, electrical product that used to be 10% now is 20%, so duty has doubled. Tomatoes, tin tomatoes and biscuits and other things that used to be around 15 to 20% have gone to 35%. What it means is that if you pay 20% as your duty, then 17.5% of VAT is slapped on it. Cumulatively, it's about 40% because they slap the 20% on your cost before they slap the 17.5%. So cumulatively, 40%. Then the additional 19 or so that I'm talking about is slapped on it. So you have to fund 50+% of your importing capital. So if you used 100,000 to import your goods, it means that you have to go and fund about $55,000 to go and pay for these levies and taxes. And it's too much, it's so outrageous. And that we think something needs to be done. Otherwise, the great majority of this will just opt out. And only yesterday, the electrical dealers wanted even to stop clearing their goods, because goods that they were paying around 60,000 to 90, between 60 and 90,000, depending on the quantum of goods in the container, have now gone to about 300,000. AU levy will come, and then we add it. And then now, if you've heard of fumigation, levy is also coming on board. So when is going to be the cutoff point?
So you've said that you will opt out. Some people are saying they won't clear their goods anymore. What does that mean?
Yeah, because they can't simply clear. If you look at the, because customs should, we have what is transactional value. That's what first and foremost customs use. If customs have any doubt, they have to use the permutation value. The permutation value means that they have to go to the market to see in reality how much the product is being sold. If these things are not taken into consideration, and then somebody uses his discretion to give an outrageous value that go and pay this, you bring the product you can't sell and you'll be at a loss. And so people then think that from what they were telling us, they're saying that if the government want to ban importation outright, if it is so, then it should be bold and tell us that we don't want you to bring certain products and all that. But if the way we are going, importation have become punitive rather than, but we are supporting the economy immensely. We employ more than the manufacturing sectors. If you, let's put the figures down, we employ more. Most of our people who do not have the work from the mainstream civil servant work, and then maybe the banks and all that, fund themselves, and they are in the great majority.
So
As the president of the Ghana Union of Traders Association there. Now joining us over the phone is Executive Secretary of Importers and Exporters Association of Ghana, Samson Awingo-Witasaki. Samson, thank you very much for your time this afternoon. Now, beyond the concerns that has been raised by GUTA, would you say that this is a reflection of the general concern that importers and exporters have?
Well, yeah, thank you very much, and then a very good afternoon to your cherished listeners. I must say that the issues that my senior comrade from GUTA, Dr. Obeng, raised is a worrisome concern. Of course, some issues that we need to take it serious. Government needs to look at it. As I speak with you, I have also gotten calls all the way from our people complaining about the cost. As at yesterday and today, the duties that it has risen. Even in fact, people that paid duty 2 days ago, about 14,000, and before you see, yesterday, they are paying duty of the same quantity, over 24,000 Ghana cedis. And you come to the electrical aspect where the GUTA president also raised the issue. Instead of length, they are asking them to pay duty on weight. I mean, these are some of the things that we think that it is a worrisome situation, and we think that government ought to have looked at it. And then, when we ask questions, it's the CET. I would think that CET should not come to give people burden. As he rightly said, the informal sector has also created a lot of employment, and if employment is there, and then at the end of the day, people are not making their needed capital. They are not even making the capital, let alone imagine how can they pay the workers that they are also recruiting. And we can see. So I think they are occupying a very pivotal role. They are playing a very pivotal role in this country in terms of job creation. And so if they are raising issues about the duties that they are paying is so high, I think that the central government
how much, let me find out from you, Samson, how much are they paying and how much are they required to pay now? And then how much do you want to keep paying?
Well, you remember that in 2015, thereabout, there was a tariff regime that was implemented during President Mahama's time that was called the CET, ECOWAS Common External Tariff. You remember that? And so we raised issues at that time. When the paperless implementation came, we raised issues that had in regards to the benchmark values. Now, on the March 1st, the Customs Commissioner and the Commissioner General of Ghana Revenue Authority, before March 1st, has also issued a press statement publishing the daily graphics and others, saying that they were going to implement what we call CET 2017 version, and that took place in March 1st. And so since March 1st, we have seen some abnormal duties that people are paying, abnormal duties that is coming to importers to pay or agents to pay for their importers, and it's quite worrisome. And so, in fact,
I want to find out what sort of percentage of reduction, for example, that you're looking for, or that you're expecting from government.
Well, if you ask me this question, I would tell you that the duties that people are paying 35% import duties should come to 20%. Those who are paying 20% should come to 10%. Those who are paying 10% should come to 5%. And because I can't, my dear, I must say that you know that even this tax stamp issue that the government brought in at this moment, it also took place on the 1st of March. You remember that is also another challenging and whatever expenses that the importer incur, what is going to happen is that the final consumer will end up suffering. It's not just about the final consumer. The importer may suffer to pay, but you get to the market and the one who will come to buy the goods doesn't even have the capacity. You may have the desire, but the power to purchase is not there. We all know that as we speak now, people's pockets are not good. And so, but every now and then, the importer is the one that duties is being paid on a higher note.
Right.
And so everybody goes into business, trading to make profit. They're not going to trading to make losses. That's the bottom line.
Not. Samson, thank you very much for your time this afternoon. Samson
Saki
is with the Importers and Exporters Association. You're still watching The Pulse. Let's take a very quick break.